What's going on, Division Agents? We have got a lot to talk about. I'm very excited. Warlords of New York is only 2 weeks away, drops on March 3rd. And at this time, you're probably wondering, well, how can I better prepare my agent? Can I better prepare myself and making sure that I'm ready to hit the ground running when Warlords of New York drops? Well, today I'm bringing you the top 5 major things that you could do to better prepare yourself that will ultimately help you in the long run of Warlords of New York. So you know what? Let's get right to this. The first thing that you are going to want to do is get every exotic weapon and every piece of exotic gear that you currently have. So with your exotic gear, you know, the best place to farm the exotic gear is, of course, your targeted loot system. So find out what it is you need. Do you need the holster? Do you need the knee pads? Do you need the gloves? You know, find out where the targeted loot is for that day and just start grinding for it. Do it a day at a time. You know, it does get kind of repetitive. If you need a couple more things, you know, bounce between the different missions. But the targeted loot system is going to be your very best friend in trying to grind out for your exotic gear. Now, why you want to do or grind the exotic gear is so that you could get doubles, but also that you could get the resources of the exotic components. Because in Warlords of New York, we're going to get brand new exotics that we're going to need to either upgrade or craft. And you want to make sure you have enough exotic components so that, you know, once you get the pieces for it or once you find it, you can upgrade it and bam, you've got your exotic components there all ready for you to go. So get every exotic piece of exotic weapon that you can as well. It's the same rule applies using the targeted loot system. You know, if you need the merciless, go find where the rifles are. If you need the assault rifle, you need the chameleon, go find out where the assault rifles are. It's all about targeted loot. That's going to be your very best friend. The only thing that is not targeted loot is the eagle bearer, which is locked behind the raid. So you either deal with it or you don't deal with it at the time. You know, if you want to try and find people to run the raid with, there are tons of LFG groups out there. If you want to get that eagle bearer before Warlords of New York drops, you know, try and run it, try and gather it. Maybe someone will be nice and drop it for you. Who knows? But definitely try and get as much of the exotic weapons and gear as you possibly can. Number 2, your gear. Go through your stash space. Stash is a huge thing. It's a big concern because people like myself included have just stocked up on useless crap. You know, the reason being is because you never know when you might need it and you want to make sure that you have it always. But now's the time to go through it all, delete what you don't need. I highly recommend that you take everything you don't need and go sell it. Why? Because you want those division credits, and we'll get into that in the next section. But take everything you don't need, sell as much as you can, dismantle as much as you can, because you're going to want the resources and the credits more than you're going to want the weapon. Because as soon as you hit level 31 on your grind in New York, everything becomes obsolete. So go through your masks, go through your body armor, holster, knee pads, gloves, and backpack. Go through everything like that. However, on a side note, definitely keep at least one high-rolled weapon or high-rolled attribute, because you don't know exactly what those attributes are going to be when Gear 2.0 rolls over. Like I have 17% headshot damage here. I've got 13% weapon damage here. You got 50% weapon damage here. You don't know what these are going to roll over to. You don't know what the core attributes are going to roll over to. So you definitely want to keep a few pieces of high-end gear. Keep one of the high-end pieces, like this 50% weapon damage here, because as long as you have that one piece, you can roll it over into your recalibration library and it's there for good. So definitely go through your gear, scrub it, clean it, get rid of it, dismantle it, sell it. Highly recommend selling it to get those division credits. Now, as for your mods, keep your mods. You're going to want to keep as many mods as you can, because the mods are going to be very, very effective when building your new builds and building your new gear sets. So definitely keep your mods, because you don't know what they're going to roll over to. You don't know what attributes are going to be rolled onto them, if they'll be buffed or they'll be nerfed. So just keep the mods that you have currently and really don't worry about it until Gear 2.0 drops. Number 3, crafting. Get your crafting bench up to the highest score 500. Get all of your blueprints, get all of your mods, craft all of the mods available. You know, you have the blueprints already for the exotics. Again, the crafting bench is not going to be on a level 40 scale when Gear 2.0 and Warlords of New York drop. It's actually going to be, they have to put a patch in for it so that you can upgrade your exotic weapons. So keep that in mind, but make sure you get all of your blueprints. The best way to get blueprints is if you're still doing your grind from 1 to 30, you're going to have side missions all around the map. So definitely do your side missions to get those blueprints. As soon as you're done with the grind to level 30 and you're at the gear score 500, start doing level 4 control points. It's not impossible to do alone or not possible to do solo as long as you have a very viable gear build for solo play against heroic enemies. They are scaled down to one person, but you will get a blueprint after that. So definitely take the initiative to find a group and do level 4 control points to get those blueprints. You can also do your projects, do the daily shade requisition, donate some resources, and get the blueprints. Now, along with crafting, you're going to want to go into your resources. Find out what resources you need. Do you need more steel? Do you need more carbon fiber? Just start grinding out the resources. You're going to want to grind as many resources as you possibly can because it's going to benefit you in the long run when Warlords gets dropped. We all know how the end game goes. You grind up to level 40 and then you start looking at, okay, well, how am I going to make a viable build? Well, with your resources, you've got division credits you need to grind for. Again, this goes back to selling your gear. You've got the resources to grind for. This goes to farming the open world. The best place to farm for your resources is to go through the East Mall and go do the solar farm run. You have nothing but like endless resources here. This should be the very first thing you do every single day before you start doing something else. Just grind out these resources. There's no reason for you to be recalibrating right now. There's no reason for you to be crafting right now. Just start grinding for your resources. Start gathering everything that you possibly can. This is a good one, the East Mall, solar farm, resource grinding. Another place that is small but still effective is this underground entrance between Taxi Graveyard and Navy Hill. Under here, you'll get a bunch of ceramics, a bunch of electronics. And remember, because of the update, a few updates ago, they drop in bulk now. So you'll get your ceramics and your electronics at once. So keep that in mind. Number 4, specializations. Demolitionists, survivalists, and sharpshooters should be ready to go. There should be no reason why these are not unlocked. But technician, gunner, and firewall, grind out these 3 new specializations that were unlocked throughout year 1. Your technician, gunner, firewall, whatever it may be, just start grinding out the specialization points. The best way to do specialization point farming is to first go through your invaded missions, do them on normal, get those 5 specialization for those 5 points, and you'll be good to go. Next, drop it down, start doing your bounties. Go through your weekly and daily bounties. You'll get specialization points there. You'll get 3 specialization points, up to 5, I believe it is, for the heroic. And then lastly, if you still need more specialization points, do your control points. Control points will drop at least 1 specialization point for you, and then as soon as you're done there, you'll be good to go. Along with your specializations though, you want to do the field research. And this works hand in hand with the blueprints, with the crafting table. You want to make sure that all 5 steps of these field research are good to go. That way you get the Motherly Love blueprint if you're working on technician, or the send-off blueprint. Get those blueprints. Finish off the field research. As soon as you finish them off, you'll be good. That way you can just focus definitely on the main story of Warlords of New York. Lastly, number 5 are your skills. Look at your shade tech. What skills haven't you unlocked? If you haven't unlocked all of your skills, keep it that way, because we're getting 4 brand new skills and you want to make sure you have enough shade tech available for you when Warlords drops. We're going to get the elusive sticky bomb. It looks awesome. It looks great. It's going to be back. It's going to be better than ever. So go through your map, find out what shade tech caches you still need, and go through it and farm them. Gather all your shade tech up as much as you possibly can, and then you should be good to go. And as a final send-off, you know, it's not really pertinent. It's not really, you know, it's not going to be detrimental to Warlords of New York, but make sure, or at least try, to get all of your hunter masks. This should be the last thing that you do. Try to get all of your hunter masks, because year 2 is going to be all about finishing off Keener, possibly, and working and going against the hunters. Where, you know, we're going to know more about the hunter backstory. We're going to go through the hunters. We're going to be hunted by the hunters throughout DC and NYC. So definitely try and get all of your hunter masks. You know, don't focus on it now. Focus on the main things that I stated, but make sure that this becomes somewhat of a priority for you. Get your hunter masks, because you don't know what's going to happen later on in year 2. We might need to have all these masks available for us. You know, we might need to have certain requirements met, you know, for when any hunter DLC does get released. But other than that, guys, I have nothing else further for you. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video. I really hope the video helped. I hope this gives you a peace of mind of what you should be striving for, what you should be doing right now. I mean, there's not much that we could do in the way of Warlords of New York, but this should help you give a sense of security as to, okay, this is what I need to do for credits. This is what I need to do for my gear. This is what I should be aiming for. This is what I should be striving for. You know, all my recent subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. All my returning subscribers, you guys are phenomenal for staying this far with me and going through all the motions with the growing of this channel. And for anyone new who is watching this video, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I really hope to help. And if you are new here, definitely hit that subscriber button down there in the bottom left-hand corner. I would greatly appreciate it. Definitely helps the channel get seen. And all of my subscribers here, you know how it goes. Likes are appreciated. Subs are definitely respected. Again, guys, thank you so much, and I will see you around next time. Take care.